As I said in part 1, all the bodywork left the quadcopter shell looking pretty rough. So I wiped it down with acetone to remove contaminations and decals and gave it a coat of plastic primer. That looked relatively decent already, like a stealth jet or something. But to go along with the other parts, I sprayed it matte black in the end. Reassembly, not much to it at all. Since I'm in there already, I might as well do the cardboard mod for slightly improved GPS reception. Now I tried turning it on for the first time and encountered an all-new problem. The front-facing LEDs are supposed to turn white and the rear LEDs are supposed to turn red when booting is completed. When they remain green, it means that there's a problem and booting will not finish. It's not particularly difficult to guess where to look for the problem though. Also, I could have sworn that there was a hint of magic smoke in the air. Of course, the one motor pod that didn't light up had guilty written all over it. But finding this microscopic burn hole on one of the microcontrollers was extraordinarily difficult. I must have checked every component twice before looking at that thing with a microscope. It's an ETET, an 80Tiny88 programmable microcontroller. The chip itself is easily replaceable, but I don't have the firmware. If it's not deliberately locked, we can copy the firmware image from another motor pod. To do that, I have attached an AVR ISP compatible programmer to the conveniently labeled test points on the board. Using an ancient AVR Studio, I'll try to read the firmware image.
Ooh, that's a bingo!
Got it. Awesome. Now we could even try to disassemble and simulate it, but I don't think we'll find anything interesting, because the main purpose of this MCU seems to be driving the RGB LEDs. That's done with a classic analog constant current circuit for every color. I'm not sure why, maybe to avoid PWM interference in the camera footage. I reverse engineered that part of the circuit to find out what caused the damage to the microcontroller in the first place. And this is as close as 15 volts get to the microcontroller. But I didn't find anything, so I guess wish me luck. I desoldered the old 80Tiny88 and ordered a couple of replacement ones. Now I'll apply a bit of solder paste to the footprint, because I don't have a stencil that will look horrible. But it doesn't matter, because solder paste actually corrects tiny mistakes and creeps up on the pads where it belongs. The replacement parts were only available in a VFQFN package, but I double or triple checked it and am now sure that it is 100% compatible with the original QFN package footprint. That's also a bit too much solder paste on there. That's why I'll get a couple of bridges that have to be reworked manually. Now it turns on without a problem and starts installing another huge update. Getting the magnetic interference error is no surprise at this point after all we've been through. I may have slightly relocated the leg compass relative to the flight controller compasses, I think. So those give inconsistent readings now. Should be fixable with a factory reset and calibrations though. Well, maybe not. Maybe just not indoors. Let's make sure and get away from all metal objects. Seen any magnetic interferences? I think we are good to go.
Oh no!
I'll do a quick level calibration. And a not so quick compass calibration, because who knows what influence my surroundings had the last time. During calibration there's a green progress bar that doesn't move when I don't rotate the copter correctly. It moved and it completed this time, so you'd think the compasses are working fine, but...
Flight battery to fly. Move solo away from metal objects. Do-dee-do-dee-do-dee-do-dee-do-dee-do-dee-do-dee-do.
Looks like there's material left for yet another episode. We can have a look at the logs, which hopefully contain a hint that'll point us in the right direction. If not, we can try to access the sensor data directly, because the software system of this quadcopter is not quite open source, but open for development. Maybe there's an API somewhere. See you soon.